guys, so it's me, Kiani. Today's video, I am back with my 6 months update on my hormone replacement therapy. That's right, you guys, it's been 6 months since I actually had a full hysterectomy, and I felt remiss not to come back and give you guys a follow-up video on that. I'm going to be sharing with you the products that I'm actually taking, how often I'm taking them, why we decided on the range of treatment that I am on, and in the process I'm actually going to throw my glam on as I have it on today. And yeah, we're going to consider this a makeup and message segment. So I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this take on me applying my makeup every day and giving you guys a message in that. I'm definitely going to remind you guys to totally do your research. There's so many different types of hormone replacement that are out there, whereas the medications that I'm taking right now might not necessarily suit your symptoms. It might not suit your body. I do hope that it can at least give you a chance to realize some of the other options that are out there, because I know people were so secretive. We're so secretive about different surgeries and things that we've had. I've always been a very candid person. Yeah, I do feel like that if I am going through something, I totally cannot be the only one. So I have no problem sharing my experience with most things here on YouTube or on Instagram. So if you actually want to see any of my life behind the scenes, make sure that you follow me on Instagram as well. That's where I typically post the most. I'm trying to get better with going back to TikTok and using that as an additional way to reach you guys. But of course, I'm trying to get back into my YouTube era and post things that are relative in my life. So I'm always open to sharing with you all as well. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into my makeup with a message segment, and comment down below if you guys like this type of video. I'm going to be applying my makeup, telling you what my thoughts were on hormone replacement therapy. So grab your makeup bag, let's get to it. I'm going to tell the people that my memory is good when I had to go back and get the medicine. Alright guys, so we are back. This has been my long overdue hormone replacement therapy update. We're now about 6 months post my full hysterectomy. So if you're interested in my process and how I found my doctor and what my whole spirit was like before I had to go through this ordeal, check the cards above, because I will leave that entire playlist there. I thought about wanting to have the conversation about what I've experienced thus far. And as you can see, I don't have on any makeup right now, so we're going to go ahead and put that on as I kind of talk through it. Kind of like a quick little girls chat, because this is like what I would do if I were explaining this process to a girlfriend. I will go ahead and leave the products that I'm using down below as well. There'll also be another video that's showing how I'm pulling this look together. So if you wanted a little bit more detail, it'll be in the card. So as of right now, we're right at 6 months post hysterectomy, and my doctor was very adamant, because everything was removed during my hysterectomy, that I needed to see her about 2 weeks post surgery to start me on HRT, that hormone replacement therapy. So yeah, she told me that she wanted to see me 2 weeks after, and we made the appointment. We went in to see her. The products that I'm actually going to share with you that I am on are definitely prescribed by my doctor. We did talk about options, but my options would have varied according to my symptoms. And again, I'm definitely going to tell you to definitely take a look at the video about how my doctor and I bonded. So I'm totally going through this process trusting her and her expertise. Now, in the state of the world, I'm going to tell you, you definitely need to do your research. It has taken me years. I'm talking about years before I actually found a doctor that I have trusted to this magnitude. I didn't say I didn't do my own research though, but the internet can be a really, really scary place when you're trying to gain information that is going to give you, shall we say, some type of context around having a surgery. I had never had a surgery before. Both of my kids were birthed naturally. So with the exception of me breaking my wrist, I had not had anything surgically done. So I definitely trusted her, which means along this process, I'm also trusting her expertise on the products that she's put me on. And I said all that to say this: You know, do your research, you know, ask questions. But the products that she has put me on, I am taking progesterone, which is the products that I take at night. I am taking 3 100 milligram tablets at night. And then during the day, in the morning, I take 3 sprays topically of, this is called Evamist. So this is technically my estrogen. And the capsules, obviously I take them with water before I go to bed. The Evamist, I actually spray it on my wrist. It is a dissolvable spray. It's it goes on and it literally evaporates in about 3-4 minutes. I can't even tell that I put it there. The hot flashes were so bad, you guys, I literally felt like I could get naked at any point in the day. It's just like, it would just be such a, like I was on fire. And if you've ever heard people talk about they felt like they were on fire, those hot flashes could get you together, especially being here in the South. Yeah. So I did give my doctor that as a symptom. The hot flashes were just horrible. Lack of sleep, brain fog. Oh my God, the brain fog. And I can't say that I don't experience some bits of brain fog now, but it's definitely not as bad. Again, 2 weeks after I went in to see my doctor, she started me on a smaller dose of both of the products that I'm still on right now. And we went through, so that would have been August of last year. We went through Helene, and Helene really, you know, brought us back to summer and no power. In some areas, no water. So I couldn't really tell if my body was trying to adjust for the amount of heat that we had, because we had another heat wave during Helene. And I couldn't really tell if that's why I was starting to feel like I was having hot flashes all over again. Also, the phone lines were down, so I couldn't even get in contact with my doctor to let her know, hey, I am experiencing hot flashes again. And so I wanted to wait until we got through that ordeal, because that within itself was enough to send me. No air condition, no power, no refrigerator. Like, we were having to, you know, kind of act like we were camping, like every day. So I did not want to overemphasize that I was starting to experience some of my same symptoms again. So I waited until we kind of got past Helene, you know, power back on, etc., before I really made a good observation that, yeah, I'm starting to have my symptoms again. So we increased the dose. Same product, increased the dose. 200 milligrams of the progesterone. So we upped the dose. I could definitely tell that we upped the dose. I started to feel better. Hot flashes were going away, and you know, I was like, okay, this is going to work. And of course, she scheduled me another follow-up to make sure that I was okay with that dose. Now, meanwhile, I had issues with my insurance company. They, of course, the year now, the fiscal year is starting over for my insurance company. So I could no longer get my medication from just going to the pharmacy. I was having to get it via mail order. And I think a lot of people are starting to experience that. Products that you're going to be on for, you know, a good period of time, the insurance companies definitely want to send it to you kind of in bulk. And they make it seem like it's so you will be, you know, you'll always have it, but it's cost cutting for them. I don't know. I really did not like the idea of having a medication that I need, that I'm going to need coming through the mail. That's just, I would much rather deal with our local pharmacy. And then of course the price of it was crazy because I had to reach my deductible again. Whereas with my pharmacy, they oftentimes have coupons that you can use, put toward your deductible. So yeah, I went through that. And of course, I also went through a experience of feeling like I was starving all the time. I felt like I was just starving. I was like, wait a minute now. Is this medicine going to make me eat like all the time? Because I honestly felt like I just could not get full. On my next visit to my doctor, I did let her know that I was still having the hot flashes, not as much during the day, but that I was having them still somewhat at night. So I went from having hot flashes to not having them to getting them specific times of the night. And I'm talking about at night, they would be raging. Like I'm back to waking up, and we're talking about October, November. So at that point, she increased my dose again, and she did make me aware that that was the highest dose that I could get on this line of medication. So far, we have been pretty good. I do get an amazing amount of sleep with this medication. My sleep is really good. Almost to the point that my family even asked me, like, Mom, did you take your medicine? My husband's like, babe, did you take your medicine? And we have it set on a timer because I need to take that medication at night. I think I'm at probably between 10 and 11 o'clock is the sweet spot for me. I would say that's probably one of the biggest things that I've actually noticed, that I get such good sleep if I take that on time. And whereas when I first started taking it, the progesterone, which is the night medication, I was getting really sleepy really quickly. So I was trying to take it 7, 8 o'clock at night so I could actually sleep it off. Now I'm not having any grogginess in the morning because I've been on it now like 6 months, so I don't have that. But I definitely don't need to take it past 11 o'clock. That way I can actually sleep it off and get a good night's sleep. So some people would say, well, how long do you sleep? Well, I can still wake up 4:35 in the morning, but I feel refreshed. I've never been one of those people that need 10 hours of rest. So yay for me. So that time that I am sleeping is good sleep. So far, so good. So in recap, we have been on this medication for 6 months, you guys. And once we end up getting my dosage situated, the results have been pretty good. I'm back to full activity now. I am planning to race, do maybe a half a marathon this year. I am back to doing full circuit workouts, and I'm liking it. I'm liking what's going on with my body. I won't say that I have gained any weight. Actually, my weight has started to go down, which is great because I was really worried about, putting on extra weight with, taking a medication. That has definitely subsided. I've gotten my eating back under control, and, I just go on about my day. I take the Evamist in the morning. I take the progesterone at night, and we're good to go. Now, the funny thing, can I tell if I don't take it? I feel that if I don't take my medication, I don't play with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't sit around saying, oh, you know what? I'm actually going to just try not to take it today. No, I don't. Because it took me a good while to get it titrated up to where I don't have any of the post-surgical symptoms or menopausal symptoms. I don't feel like I have any of them, and I don't want to play with it. Now, I've heard people say that people that, are going through menopause, they have, mood swings, etc. I will say that I've always been a pretty straightforward, blunt individual. Like, I'm not going to try to hurt anyone's feelings, but I'm not gonna let you hurt mine. Ew, baby, even the light dropped on that. And that, whew. So I can tell with my mental clarity, so to speak, that I feel like the brain fog that I had allows me a chance to gather the right words for the right situation. I will say that that is one of the better side effects for me. I definitely want to have the right words of encouragement. I definitely want to be able to, you know, come to YouTube and explain to you guys what's going on. And, you know, sometimes when your mind is racing 10,000 miles a minute, it's tough to get your thought across. So that's what I have on that. I won't say that I have curbed my bluntness, but I will tell you that I don't feel like I'm racing to find the words. And it's so funny because I don't know if you guys remember when I was traveling with Stalazi out of LA. And I remember we were in Canada, and one of the girls that I traveled over there with for, I guess we were going for IMATS, the International Makeup Artist Trade Show. We were having conversations and I kept forgetting what I wanted to say. And she noticed that I kept forgetting what I wanted to say. And she was one of the first people that mentioned that I might be suffering from beginning stages of aphasia. So if any of you know Bruce Willis, he's suffering from aphasia right now. And it was actually kind of scary to even think that I might actually be dealing with something like that. And of course, she's not a doctor. She can't diagnose. But it was interesting that someone that I'm not around all the time noticed that I was constantly forgetting my words. And what was even crazier is I was over there to sell makeup products. So can you imagine me talking about something as an expert and losing my words? That was just like the worst. Now just looking back, I was actually having premenopause symptoms then. And we're talking about, oh gosh, that would have been 6-7 years ago that I was already experiencing memory fog or brain fog. So it's just crazy how the burden of needing to have surgery is over. I am, for the most part, recovered. I don't have any, there are no residual marks from my surgery because she did it below the bikini line. And yeah, I enjoy the thought that my body recovered the way that it did, the way that she told me it would. She did mention that I was going to be able to go back to the gym and really be better than new and not have to worry about that huge bulge that was constantly in my stomach. I don't have to worry about a menstrual cycle. Hello. I get good sleep. And I can find my words. So don't try me. I will say, if any of you are having to consider having the surgery, definitely talk to a doctor that you trust. You definitely want to talk to somebody that you trust, because if you're going to have a total hysterectomy, where it's totally your choice on if you start hormone replacement or not. I think knowing all the facts about it, what options you have, is definitely important. Whereas I did ask her about possibly getting a shot or having a patch. Those two things, from what I understand, if you're going to have adverse reactions, it tends to be with one of those two options. You know, blood clots is something that I was really concerned about. And come on through Jesus. So far, we haven't had any problems with that. So that is pretty much what I have for you guys. I will leave in the description box the dosage and brand of medication that I'm on. Although I am not a doctor, I am not pushing hormone replacement. I'm just telling you my 6-month update, my experience with it. And let's just kind of call this makeup with a message. Do your research, okay? You know, just like we would with hair products and makeup products. You know, one thing might not fit everyone, but modern medicine has been so amazing. And I feel like me entering into my 50s, I feel like my generation is going to be that generation that is going to nurture the theory that having balanced hormones is going to lead to more lifelong longevity. It's going to be the thing that is going to allow us to have, you know, better wellness, because at one time, you know, when you started to lose, you know, pieces of yourself like that, they looked at our hormones as a way just for reproduction. Now we're needing to have our hormones balanced for better quality of life later. So I'm totally into that. I'm back into my wellness era. Hence the curly hair. We didn't even worry about trying to straighten it out today because we're going to hit the gym again bright and early tomorrow, girl. And if you want to see some of the workouts that I do, you can actually head over to my Instagram. I typically post a snippet of what I'm doing, and I'm trying to get myself to record like a week's worth of workouts that I've been doing that have helped me lose about 25 pounds and keep it off for the past, we're going on 2 years now. So I am definitely all about wellness, health, loving life, living it to the fullest. So if that tends to be the era that you're in right now, make sure you click that subscribe button. Comment down below if any of this information has been helpful, any of the videos that I've already released on having my hysterectomy have helped you out. And yeah, I'll make sure I update you guys as necessary. Yeah, I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this makeup with a message segment. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.